Good evening, Northern Colorado. This is Whiskey Zero, Delta Delta Zulu. My name is Dave, and I am net control for tonight's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club net. The purpose of this net is to provide a forum for announcements of amateur radio-related events, a meeting time on air to encourage social interaction between club members, and to provide a point of contact for club executive board members. This net may be interrupted at any time for emergency or priority traffic. If you would like to use the system for an emergency during the net, please say break and give your call sign. We will acknowledge you and suspend the net until you advise you are clear. Is there any emergency or priority traffic before we begin? All licensed amateur radio operators with 70-centimeter privileges are encouraged to check into the net. Club membership is encouraged but not required for this net's participation. This net will begin as a directed net and shift into an open net. There will be an opportunity for stations with equipment to sell to announce their items. Check-ins are requested for the purposes of counting participation with no checkout required. Once all stations have checked in, Net Control will ask the club executive board members if they have any announcements, and then we'll call for announcements from other operators. Please be courteous once the formal portion of the net is over, and allow for breaks for other stations to be a part of the conversation. When checking into the net, please give your call sign slowly using the ITU phonetic alphabet. We have had 13 early check-ins. I will start by taking check-ins from club board members. Club board members who have not checked in, please call now. Definitely a quiet one tonight. I will now take check-ins from club general members, please by suffix. Actually, we'll just do general members Alpha through Zulu. Please call now. Hearing none, we'll move to all stations. All stations, anyone who'd like to check in to tonight's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Net, Alpha through Zulu, please call.
This is KE0 CPR, Mark, mobile in 4 columns.
This is N0CAK, Curtis, in Denver.
Good evening, Mark and Curtis. Are there any other stations, Alpha through Zulu, who'd like to check into tonight's net? Please call.
This is November 0, Whiskey India, Quebec.
Kilo Delta 0, Yankee Victor India, Greg in Loveland.
Good evening, Carrie and Greg. Any other stations who'd like to check into tonight's net, Alpha through Zulu, please call. Hearing none, we will move on to announcements. Steve, you had something for tonight's net. Please go ahead.
Yeah, this K0UJK
just another reminder for Field Day, June 23rd, 24th. I will bring some maps to the NCARC meeting on the third Saturday for those who do not, work on the internet or anything. So that's what it is, another reminder.
Thank you for that, Steve. Were there any other stations for announcements for tonight's net? Please excuse the noise on the repeater. I think it's something to do with the linking of the other machine ending up keying up this repeater. Are there any other stations who have requests for volunteers for upcoming events, or any stations with questions for the net? Please call.
K0 PRB.
Go ahead, Phil.
Yes, this question is directed towards Steve. Steve, for the Nun Field Day, Luann and I and Kevin are planning on staying Friday and Saturday nights there. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Is there anybody else we need to check with, or will you handle that from here?
Yeah, it's K0UJK. I'll take care of that. That's not a problem. We had the same arrangement last year that people could stay Friday night and Saturday night.
Yes, sir. I recall that, and I just wanted to let you know. Yeah, we'll have Star Drive in. We're also bringing our pop-up camper as well, so we'll get those set up and as much out of the way as possible. K0 PRB.
Any other questions for the net or for Steve about Field Day? Please call.
LCK.
Good evening, Mike. Go ahead.
No questions. Just wanted to check in a little bit late tonight. KE0LCK.
Good to hear you, sir. Are there any other late check-ins for tonight's net? Please call. Hearing none, we have now reached the gear swap portion of the net. Are there any stations with equipment to sell or stations looking for a piece of equipment? Please call. Does any station have any other topics they'd like to discuss with tonight's net? This is Whiskey Zero Delta Delta Zulu for the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. Are there any late check-ins, comments, questions, or other discussion before we close the net this evening? This concludes the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Net. Net Control would like to thank each station for their participation. This net will occur again next Wednesday at the same time on this repeater. The repeater is now open for general use. This is Whiskey Zero Delta Delta Zulu 73s. This presentation was brought to you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.